Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay, alternatively spelt as Sarat Chandra Chatterjee, was a Bengali novelist and short story writer of early 20th century. Biography: Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay was born on September 15, 1876, in Devanandapa, a small village 2 miles northwest of Bandel in Huali, West Bengal. His father Motilal Chattopadhyay was an idler and dreamer who held irregular jobs. He could not finish novels and stories that he had started writing, but passed on his imagination and love of literature to Sarat Chandra. He, wife Bhuvan Mohini, and their 5 children lived for many years in his father-in-law Kedarnath Gangopadhyay's house in Bhagalpur, Bihar. Sarat Chandra was a daring, adventure-loving boy. Most of his schooling was in informal village schools called pathshalas. He was a good student and got a double promotion that enabled him to skip a grade. He passed his entrance examination but could not take his FA examination or attend college due to lack of funds. Sarat Chandra started writing in his early teens. After finishing his formal studies, he spent much of his time interacting with friends, acting in plays, and in playing sports and games. Several of his famous novels and stories were written during this period. In 1893, Sarat Chandra moved to Burma. He got a temporary job in Burma Railways Audit Office and later worked for many years in Burma's Public Works Accounts Office. While living in Rangoon, he married his first wife Shanti. He was deeply hurt when his wife and 1-year-old son died from plague. He married his second wife Mokshada also in Rangoon and taught her to read and write. She outlived him by 23 years. In 1916, Sarat Chandra moved back to India and settled in Howrah, near Kolkata. He devoted himself to writing and established himself as one of India's major novelist and story writer. He was involved in India's freedom struggle and served as the president of Howrah district branch of Indian National Congress. University of Calcutta awarded him the prestigious Jagatri Nair Medal. University of Dhaka awarded him an honorary doctorate. In 1938, he died from cancer of the liver. House of Chattopadhyay. After returning from Burma, Chattopadhyay stayed for 11 years in Bajshibpur, Howrah. Then he made a house in the village of Samtabur. He spent the later years of his life as a novelist in Samtabur and in another house in Kolkata. His house in Samtabur is often called as Sarat Chandra Kuthi in the map of Samtabur or Samtar, in the Howrah district of West Bengal. The 2-storied Burmese-style house was also home to Sarat Chandra's brother, Swami Vedananda, who was a disciple of Bela Math. His and his brother's samadhi can still be seen there. The trees like that of bamboo, galoncho and the guava trees planted by the renowned author are still tourist attractions. Works: Sarat Chandra wrote novels, novellas, and stories. He came to maturity at a time when the national movement was gaining momentum together with an awakening of social consciousness. Much of his writing bears the mark of the resultant turbulence of society. Sensitive and daring, his novels captivated the hearts and minds of innumerable readers both in Bengal and in the rest of India. His best-known novels include Pali Samaj, Charitruhin, Devdas, Nishkritai, Srikanta, Gridahar, Sesh Prasna and Sesha Parike, published posthumously. The following classification of his works is based on Sarat Rajanabali website. Novels and novellas Arakhanna, 1916, Bamuna Mai, Bipradas, 1935, B. Rauba, 1914, Byakunta Will, Bawdi, 1907, Chandranath, Charitruhin, 1917, Datta, 1917 Euro 19, Denapana, 1923, Devdas, 1917, Grahadahar, 1919, Nababidan, Nishkritai, Pali Samaj, 1916, Pandit Mashai, Parinita, 1914, Parthadabi or Parth K. Davida, 1926, Shesh Prasna, 1931, Shesha Parichoy, Shaboda, Srikanta, C.T. Srikanta, a film based on the novel. Stories Ilo Ochhaya, Abaga Swaro, Anupama Prem, Anuradha, and Hair Alo, Balya Smritai, Vilashi, Bindas Chhle, 1913, Bojha, Shalitora, Kobe, Darpacherno, Ekadoshi Bairaji, Kashinith, Harikaran, Harilakshmi, Lalu, Mumlafol, Wandur, Malesh, Medadi, Bokapain Chashpur Bharekti Kahini, Paresh, Path Nirdesh, Ramashumoti, 1914, Sati, Swami. Plays Sarat Chandra converted 3 of his works into plays. Bijoya, Rama, Shiroshi, Jihind. Essays Nerya Mulia, Swadesho Satya, Taruna Bidru. Other works Dehati Samaj, 1920, Sharoda. Films. His works have been made into some 50 films in many Indian languages, particularly his novel Devdas made into 16 versions, from Bengali, Hindi to Telugu. Parinita also been made twice. Majhli Didi by Rishikesh Mukherjee and Swami, for which he was awarded Filmfare Award for Best Story or Other Adaptations. Another famous film Chhoti Bahu is based on his novel Bindus Chhle. His novel Datta was adapted into a Bengali film starring Suchitra Sen and Sumitra Chatterjee in the lead roles. The other movies based on his novel were Nishkritai, and Attanpare by Basu Chatterjee, starring Amal Palkar. The Telugu film Thodi Kodalu is also based on this novel. Gulzar's 1975 film, Khushbu, was majorly inspired by his work Pandit Ashay. The 1961 Telugu film Vagdanam by Acharya Attriya is loosely based on his novel Datta. Also the 2011 film Alo Chhaya is based on his short story, Alo O Chhaya. See also, films based on works by Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay. Samtaba, the village where Sarat Chandra spent his life's early years as a novelist. Sarat Chandra Kufi, the house of Sarat Chandra at Samtaba. References. Notes Ganguly, Sagato. Introduction. In Parinita by Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay. New Delhi, Penguin Books, 2005. Goa, Sriyajata. Introduction. In Devdas by Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay. New Delhi, Penguin Books, 2002. Roy, Gopal Kandra. Sarat Chandra, Ananda Publishers Private Ltd., Kolkata, Sarat Rajnabali, Ananda Publishers Private Ltd., Kolkata, Prithwindra Mukherjee. Introduction in Moeshe Autres Nouvelles by Sarat Chandra Chatterjee. Paris, UNESCO Gallimard, 1978. Dutt, A.K. and Dusser, R. Novelist Sarat Chandra's perception of his Bengali home region, a literary geographic study. Springer Link, Sil, Narasinghe Prasad. The Life of Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay, Drifter and Dreamer. Fairleigh Dickinson University Press, 2012. External links, complete works, The Man Behind Devdas, Parinita, Perfectly Alright.